Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today we're going to be revisiting Rotting Christ. Now I've looked at them once or twice before and I've mentioned that Rotting Christ are one of my favourite bands. I absolutely love their music. I think they're a very interesting band, you know, and I think I've got pretty much all of their albums. I might be missing one or two, but they are a band I very, very much enjoy. Now, recently they released a new track called Saoirse. Now, it might not look like it, but that is how it's pronounced. Some people might not know that. That is how it's pronounced, Saoirse. It goes along with other Irish names like Niamh or Siobhan. You know, you look at those names, they don't necessarily look like that's how they're pronounced, but that is, trust me, that's how they're pronounced. Now, the name Saoirse means freedom. As far as I know, the song itself isn't actually about a person called Saoirse. It is about the last High King of Tara, or the last High King of Ireland, who he embraced the pagan ways in the and fought against the Christian takeover of the time. You know, he was very staunchly set against the Christian takeover of Ireland. And, you know, we're talking about quite some while ago. You know, he was the last High King to observe the ancient pagan Feast Temrach, I don't know if that's pronounced, or the Assembly of Tara, which took place on Samhain every 3 years, and that was to pass or renew laws. So the song is about, I believe it's Dermot McSerbail. I believe that's how his name is pronounced. I think that's who this is about. So, a lot of Rotting Christ albums seem to have themes going through them. You know, they're a lot of concept albums. You know, they did one based around ancient Greece a little while ago, being that they're from Greece. You know, and a lot of their other albums have got themes around them. So this one seems to be steeped in Irish tradition, because this comes off an up-and-coming album called Pro Xristou, which I think means before Christ, and that comes out on May 24th. If I can find any pre-order links, I will put them below, so you can go and pre-order it should you wish to. So yeah, the song is, like I say, called Saoirse. Whether I believe it's sung in English. I have lyrics here. They come from directly underneath the video on YouTube, so we'll just jump into this and see what we've got. But before we do that, if you could just take a moment to like and subscribe if you haven't already, it would really make a huge difference to the channel. You know, I've been doing this for about 6 years now, and as it is, not even 2% of people watching my videos are actually subscribed. So, you know, if you could like and subscribe, doesn't cost you anything, takes a fraction of a second, and would make a big difference to me and the channel. But enough of that, let's jump into this track now and see what we've got. So, this is Saoirse by Rotting Christ. Let's have a look.
I am the wind that blows across the sea. I am the wave of the ocean. I am a ray of the sun. I am the spear in the battle.
There you go. Saoirse by Rotting Christ, and another absolutely astounding track by Rotting Christ. That the band have such a specific sound. Their music sounds almost tribal. You know, the way the drums are in the background gives it a real tribal feel, and that is apparent in most of their music. And you know, they're a very recognisable sound. Rotting Christ. They're just brilliant. I really enjoy this band, and this is a great song. And you know, throughout the song, they're singing "Hail Freedom, Hail Freedom," and of course, the song called Saoirse, the name or the word means freedom. So that's where the name of the song comes from. It did confuse me a bit, but even in the end of the song, there in the last verse, it actually goes over pretty much what I said at the beginning of the video about who the song was about and who he was. So, you know, it does, you know, it covers the story. Now, the interesting thing here is at the very beginning of the song, there was a few spoken lines. I am the wind that blows across the sea. I am the wave of the ocean. I am a ray of the sun. I am the spear in the battle. And this actually comes from the Song of Amergin, which is it's an old poem. And, you know, they've borrowed a verse from that to open up the song. So there you go. There's that as well. And now I haven't actually looked up the poem, and I did look at it briefly when I checked out this song, because, excuse me, it said in the description of the video, you know, that the opening lines were based on the Song of Amergin, which is an ancient poem. So I did look at it, and it's quite a long poem, so, you know, I'm not going to read that out here. So, you know, they've done a lot of research to produce this song. You know, they've looked back over the information, they've tied in other important things. So there you go. So that was the opening couple of lines. You know, I am the wind that blows across the ocean. I am the wave, blows across the sea. I'm the wave of the ocean. I am a ray of the sun. I am the spear in the battle. So it almost sounds like you're saying I am an essential force. You know, I am the wave of the ocean, the ray of the sun. These are all like important things. You know, I'm the spear in the battle, so I'm also going to be the one that sort of fights against everything. And like I said, you know, he was actively fighting against the spread of Christianity through Ireland. He fought vehemently against it. Then it goes into that chorus, hail freedom, our wisdom. Die like a hero, live like a man, fight for your freedom, fall, arise, rebirth. Ride like the wind, fight like a hero, from west to the east, from zero to a hero. From zero to hero is a very common phrase, but from zero to hero, is that like he came to be from a common man to be this king, this hero, this sort of person who was staunchly fighting against the spread of Christianity through Ireland. You know, die like a hero and live like a man. So is this suggesting he lived by very normal means? You know, he wasn't one of these people that sort of like, I am king, I'm going to live this very vast, lavish lifestyle. Did he just live a regular sort of everyday life? You know, he didn't want people to you know, he didn't want to be sitting there in his ivory tower looking down upon people. Did he like live like the common people? This I don't know. But he just says live like a man. So, you know, he just went about his regular life, but he was also gonna stand up for his people as well and fight for your freedom. You know, I'm gonna fight to keep our way of life, essentially. And then back into that chorus, hail freedom, our wisdom. Brave like a hero, humble like a dove. Live with your demon, with your own god. Hail to our ancient kingdom, die for your freedom. So, again, brave like a hero, humble like a dove. So, you know, he appears to be a sort of everyday person who believes very strongly in his beliefs. You know, he's going to stand up for what he believes in, and he's going to fight for the right of his people to keep those beliefs, you know, because Christianity doesn't exactly have the cleanest record in the past. You know, anybody that doesn't believe in magical Skyman like was put to death basically, and pagans were seen as devil worshippers and evildoers, where in fact paganism is the very opposite of that. You know, and I've mentioned many times before, I don't have any religious beliefs whatsoever. I don't follow paganism, I don't follow Christianity, Catholicism, anything. I have no religious beliefs. But what does piss me off is when one religion has to try and demonize another one because, you know, it's not the same as our God. No, gods don't exist. They're figments of your imagination. You know, they are things created by your mind to explain away things that you can't explain. You know, but when it comes to things like Christianity and Catholicism, you know, there's just one magical sky man. He made everything. Whereas things like paganism, it's all about nature. You know, embracing nature, loving nature, and basically praising and, you know, worshipping nature. It's, you know, it's all based around nature. You know, so they may have gods and this and that and the other, but the main part of it is believing in nature, you know, worshipping nature, you know, basically the planet, you know. And, you know, he's saying, live with your demon, with your own God. And that's how it seemed to them, because this almighty loving God wasn't actually a very nice person, you know, so he could be seen as a demon, because he was like, right, I'm going to create man. I'm going to create man in my image, but I don't want him to have free thought. I don't want him to have critical thinking. I want them to be mindless slaves. Basically, that's how they were created. And the moment that man was given free thought, according to this Bible, you know, God got really, really pissed off. He drowned the entire planet. You know, he killed everybody and then started over again. You know, so he, you know, in the Bible, God kills in excess of 10 million people, as opposed to Satan, the epitome of evil and cruelty, who only killed 10. You know, let's do a bit of math here. Who is really the arsehole? I've covered this many times. You know, so he's saying, you know, your God is not as nice and benevolent as you think he is. If you actually read the book, he's actually kind of a dick. You know. And he's saying, hails to our ancient kingdom. So he's, you know, our ancient kingdom, our ancient beliefs, you know, these pagan beliefs that we hold dear, you know, that's our ancient kingdom. Die for your freedom. So he's going to fight and die for the freedom of his people to keep their pagan beliefs, you know, rather than being overrun by the Christians who, like I said, will kill anybody that doesn't believe in what they believe, you know, because they're all loving. Then it goes back into that chorus, hail freedom, our wisdom. Hail, 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 freedom, hail, 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 wisdom, hail, 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 freedom, hail, 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 wisdom. And then comes the final verse here. In 565 dies the last high king to follow the pagan rituals. The king of Tara, the high king of Ireland. The last king to resist the expansion of Christianism. Dermat of Macsebel, Rana, Tara, Ard Arian. I've probably pronounced that horrendously. I don't know what it says. I did actually try and translate it, but it doesn't come back with anything. So I'm guessing it's like ancient Gaelic, possibly. I don't know. And then it closes off with the hail freedom, our wisdom. And then at the very end, you know, there was that little plaque saying, you know, hail to all the people that are still trying to uphold these pagan you know, these pagan beliefs, you know, in the face of what we're in today. And, you know, that's something I can really appreciate, because my brother and his wife, you know, they believe in, like, the whole pagan thing. My brother, in fact, he's a police officer, and he started the Pagan Police Association, you know, because, you know, when police officers go into court, they have to swear on a Bible or a Quran or whatever, you know, to take the oath in court. And he was like, well, if I'm being made to swear an oath, surely I should swear it to all the gods that I hold dear, for example, the pagans and that and the other. I shouldn't be forced to, you know, pledge to Almighty God or whoever else if that's not what I believe in. So he founded the Pagan Police Association. He got quite a lot of shit for that. You know, there was there's a newspaper in England called the Daily Mail. They are notoriously dicks. You know, they will make up any old shit, and they put out a cartoon, you know, these newspaper cartoons of a policeman with his police hat and had horns coming out of it, dancing naked around a fire, and basically published a whole bunch of lies and bullshit about what pagans are, who they really are, and what they believe, etc. You know, they posted a lot of lies, as they do, and they even hacked my brother's Facebook account, and they found a picture of him at a fancy dress party where he was dressed as a ninja, I think it was, and they took that photograph and published it saying, you know, he's actually a terrorist and this, that, and the other. You know, my brother is a police officer, and he's a bloody good one too. And he fights very strongly for people of the alternative community, because, like I said, I've mentioned this many times when I was talking about Sophie Lancaster in the past, you know, for some reason people of the heavy metal community are often seen as aggressors and, you know, as evil, cruel people. You know, we're often seen as violent people, but we're not. You know, and he's been very, very active in fighting against that. You know, he's very active in fighting against sexism and homophobia and stuff like that. He's very, very active in doing that. So, you know, he's put a lot of effort in trying to make the community a better place, yet here's the Daily Mail painting him as a terrorist because he dressed up as a ninja at a Halloween party once. You know, so they fought very hard to discredit my brother and the whole Pagan Police Association, and there is actually quite a lot of them, you know. So this is the sort of thing that they're saying, you know, hail to all the people that are still trying to uphold these ancient pagan rituals, because these things existed before Christianity, and about 98% of Christian festivals are actually appropriated from paganism. You know, Halloween, Easter even, Christmas. You know, these things are all pagan holidays that have been appropriated by the Christian church, and they've put their own spin on it, saying, these are our beliefs. You know, they're saying, oh, Christmas, it's a celebration of Jesus' birth, when Jesus wasn't actually born in December at all. He was born around about August, September, if you actually read the Bible, you know. So, and, you know, that they're basically saying, you know, this man fought very hard to keep those, you know, these beliefs and rituals alive, and good on him. So, you know, there is a great story behind this, and I really appreciate it. Like I said, paganism, Christianity, not my thing, but, you know, if that's what you want to believe in, that's fine. You know, I'll stand behind you. I will support you if that's what you want to believe. Just don't try and force your beliefs on me or other people. Don't force your beliefs on people. That I hate, and that I will not tolerate. And unfortunately, people like Christians, Catholics, they have the worst track record when it comes to that. I mean, okay, so do some extremists from other religions, but for the most part, they're good people. So, you know, you can't judge someone by their religious beliefs at all. I don't. You know, if you want to be a Christian, be a Christian, be a good person, but don't then condemn other people because they don't believe the same thing as you. That's not a good thing, you know. And, you know, you're sitting out there touting yourself as this person of goodness, kindness, and whatnot, and you're not. If you're threatening people because they don't believe the same as you, you're not a good person. Simple as that. So, yeah, I like the fact that there's a story behind this. I really want to hear the rest of the album, find out what, you know, is the whole album talking about this period in time? Is it talking about this specific person? Or is it covering just Ireland as a whole? Because, like I said, the actual album is called Pro Xristou, which means, as far as if my Latin serves me well, it means before Christ. You know, and obviously this happened in 565, so, you know, this is before all this sort of thing came in. So, yeah, it's a great, like I said, I love this band, I love their sound. Like I said, it's got a very sort of tribal sound, especially when it comes to, like, the drumming and stuff like that. The vocal performance is pretty much as you'd expect from Rotting Christ. You know, it sounds pretty much standard. It's a great track. I love it. And I love the sort of choir for the chorus, you know, when it's singing the hail freedom, our freedom, you know, the fact they've got this sort of chorus going on in the background, the choir singing the chorus, I think it sounds really, really good. It gives it a real grand feeling. I really like it. It's a great piece of music. So yeah, I went off on a few tangents there. I feel I might have steered off a bit, but you know, great piece of music. I really like it. I'm looking forward to the album. But I don't know what else I can say on that, so I'll leave that as it is. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like or a subscribe if you haven't already, because it really, really would help me out. You know, I've been doing this for about 6 years, and as it stands, not even 2% of people watching my videos are actually subscribed. And, you know, that is a bit disheartening, considering, you know, I try to bring something different. You know, I talk about the song, what the song itself is about, and I don't see any other reactors doing that. You know, they might occasionally go, oh, the song is about that, but they don't actually go in depth as to what the song is about, which is what I like to do. I like to explore what the song is about, you know, talk about what the song is about, the themes, the morals, the stories that are behind these. And, you know, I don't see any other reactor really doing that. So, you know, I thought, you know, it might be something interesting that people might enjoy, but maybe they don't. I don't know. But, you know, I'm trying my best. You know, I might not be doing these overblown, oh my god reactions when a piece of music drops, but, you know, I like to give honest reactions, honest opinions, honest conversations about music. You know, and I thought people might enjoy that. Maybe I'm wrong. But if you could like and subscribe, you know, it really, really would help me out. It'd make the biggest difference to me and my channel. It costs absolutely nothing and takes just a fraction of a second. But other than that, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you all very, very much for watching. I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.